So to add physics properties to our boxes, we need to head over to the physics inspector in here, and here you will see that you have different types. But first, let's just make sure that we select one of the lower boxes at the bottom here, and we're going to add some dynamic physics body. And all you need to do right now is just to hit play here, and you will see that your box will fall. Okay, and that's that's a problem. We don't want them to fall. This one is on the floor and it shouldn't move really. So what we're going to do is to add a floor. Now a floor is a plane that is also reflexive, as you can see, but we clearly don't want this to, we want this to imitate the floor. It's also, by the way, this is pretty much an infinite plane, which means that you won't have your boxes to fall off the plane either. I mean, if you scroll like this, you will see that, yeah, this is this is just an infinite floor. Okay, so yeah, two things. We don't want actually any color to this, so as we've done before, we're just going to remove right to color here, and if we get closer and hit play, oh, you see that it actually does go, because we haven't added any physics to the floor. So if I head to the physics body, and here I'm going to choose static, which means that it just doesn't move. Okay, so let's zoom back in and play. You can see that this has moved slightly, but it just now is resting on the floor. Great, so all we need to do is to open all of these here, and what I'm going to do, so let's just reorganize this slightly. We've got our two lights, our scene, and all our boxes. So actually let's just close everything here, select the floor and all the boxes, put that in my scene. Okay, and we need to apply a physics to every single one of them. So from here to here, all we need to do is to add a dynamic type. Okay, so if we now hit play, you can see that they fall in place nicely. And if I move this slightly above, it works. Okay, and you have the sense of gravity. Now, in this specific scene that we got from ARKit, you will see that if you go to the little mountains here, the scene inspector, you'll see that here for the physics, our gravity is minus 9.8, which is the real actual gravity on Earth. Now, if you were to create a new scene like this, so if I do a new file, here you get a scene that you will have to be careful you don't have the same gravity. So if I choose the camera and I go here, you see the gravity here is -1. So that is the main difference you will get. So be careful with that. It drove me mental 2 days ago, and I didn't know why. Yeah, anyway. Because yeah, everything is really related to gravity and real-world physics. It's very important that you make sure that the gravity is set to what you want. Now let's just have a quick, yeah, that looks really nice. So I'm going to leave it like this actually. But to show you how the physics can work with the ball, I'm going to just do a simulation here with the ball. So let's add a little ball like this. Oh, by the way, you don't have balls like that, so it's going to be a sphere for you probably that you would drag, and let's say that it's going to be 0.06. Okay, and here you see that you have a ball, and you can drag the ball like this to create a new ball. All right. Now, I want this ball to be in front here when I start and to hit those. So let's place it where we need to be. Let's go in here. So -6, that's not good. 0, actually that's going to be a 2 meter high, and 0 for the Z position. Okay, so the idea here now is to apply some force to this ball and also make it a dynamic type. So if I select, so click stop, and this ball needs to have a dynamic type. So right now, obviously, it would just fall on the floor and bounce. But what I want to do here is to add some initial velocity to it. So the linear velocity is going to be in the -z direction. So if I give it a -6, for example, and start, you see that it went through and it hit this. My Mac is awfully slow right now, I'm sorry. Hopefully you have a better quality at home. But that's basically it. So if I want to maybe get slightly closer, okay, so that goes, that's not good, just a bit on the side. Right, okay, so now you get a good understanding of what's going on. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to remove this ball, but this is basically what we need to create in code. So I'm going to create the ball with code and add some fire to it, and then create a function that will throw a ball every time I tap on the screen.